Yeah, the way those angles are lined up, if you throw some weight right on the nose of that top yellow rock, everything flies. Looks like that's what he's calling. First skip rock for MIT. Looking to make a double here, maybe a triple. Not taking a lot of ice. Gave it a little shove at the end for a little extra weight.
Oh, it's looking pretty good.
Over curling. It's gonna hit the.
I think it's gonna be okay here. Oh, nice shot.
Moved them all, but one rock remains in the back for shot rock. Got rid of two though.
That's pretty good.
Mission accomplished. Just over curled a hair. I think if he didn't over curl, it gets right to nose. They all go out. Colgate still set up for a deuce. Can actually put a 3 in play if you come around the corner. Colgate sinks one around the left corner. MIT would pretty much be forced to either freeze or take off the stone on the back 12 and concede the deuce.
I just had to chat. Sorry, curling. We were working on the audio in the building as well, in addition to the stream. We had some issues with the stream, but now we're up and running, and he's out on the ice playing, I believe, on sheet 6. So we'll definitely try to get to that during the dinner. Okay. So hopefully all of you come back. We're all up and running. We had no issues all day. We just wanted to bring you live opening ceremony coverage, which we have recorded for you. Now we have a separate recording for our final match.
Andrew Voigt with his first skip rock for Colgate. Trying to draw in and sit 2.
Gonna be a little short.
It's going to be a little light here. And this is the out, perhaps, that MIT is looking for, although the draw through the ports there, none of them look too attractive. The only good news is that shot that came up short landed in the perfect spot to cut off most of the draw paths. That's the good news. The bad news, it also cuts off your own draw path for your deuce. They have a tap up, though, on the stone on the right-hand side. Colgate could use with their last if necessary. MIT is looking with tapping their blue stone under cover. Changing the ice a little bit on the shot.
This one's going to be close, Raj.
Weight looks really good.
It's a fine-looking shot here.
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot.
Tapped it right to back 4. Shot rock.
Very nice shot.
This is why you don't want to block up the middle there with your skip rock when you have hammer. Now there's no draw path available for Colgate. They'll have to run their stone straight back to get their deuce.
Philip,
even score 1.
Nadu, we think.
Nadeau or?
Nadeau. Nadeau. We do have some bio information. No, we don't. That's the MIT2 team.
Ah.
But that was a fine shot by Phillip. So with a hammer, Andrew Voigt.
Needs to run this stone straight back.
You could probably even catch it slightly on the hit on the outside of the yellow nose and still be okay.
It can't be too far off nose. Has to be almost on nose to make this shot.
See if we can hear Andrew. He's talking.
It's about an 8-foot run back.
Again, if you're just joining us, welcome to the Utica Curling Club. We have our highest viewership count so far today. Keeps climbing up. My name's Doug Smith. I'm here with Roger Rowlett and Dan Pearson.
What are we at there, Doug?
We're up to 40.
Nice.
So, welcome. And you're looking live at the finals. This is our A-event finals. Both these teams are 3-0 so far through the Bonspiel.
Here comes the shot.
Playing
It's
for the title.
Oh, that's out.
Hammer stone.
A little wide, but I don't think that's going to come back. I thought maybe they creep through the hole there and chip out the shot rock, but that's just too wide. That'll be a steal of one.
Steal of one for MIT.
Wriggle off the hook that in. Colgate was set up well to score a deuce or more. Came up a little line on their first skip rock, trying to get around the corner guard.
So, Rod, you're going to have to help me out. I have all the scores. Oh, others. Oh. There we go. All right, so these are our final events. So on sheet 1, normally that's the E event, but I think you have it.
I think that's the C. I think that's the C event.
C event is Boston University playing the combined Binghamton-Hamilton squad. The C event final,
which I believe we're referring to as the Battle of the BUs.
The Battle
That's
of the
right.
BUs. Good comment, Dan.
See who is Buer.
And sheet 2, I didn't. Dan, who won that game on the sheet 1, the extra end game? Was it
Hamilton did.
Hamilton did.
Okay. That was Hamilton 2 then. We knew Hamilton won. Roger and I were looking. Hamilton 1 needed some merit points for the college national.
Hamilton College, so the merit points go to the institution.
Okay, so Hamilton 2 will still get some points here.
Yep.
And that's sheet 2, I believe, is the E event game. It is. Sheet 4 is our B event game, RPI playing Penn 2. Again, if you're wondering the rosters on this, go to the Utica Curling Club website. Right on the home page, there's a link to a live draw. It's a Google Docs spreadsheet. You can look up all your teams you're following, all the players, and how they did in the event. Right on the Utica Curling Club website. Colgate 1 is playing Colgate 2 on sheet 5. That's our D event game. And sheet 6 is RIT 1 playing Bowling Green 1. And do we have any score activity so far?
Yeah, on sheet 1, Binghamton had a shot for 2, but they jammed her in the back, so they only got 1. So it's 1-0 Binghamton. Well, Bingleton. That's the Binghamton and Hamilton combined team.
Okay.
Hamilton 2 got a deuce in the first and just jumped out to 2-0 lead over Bowling Green.
And we'll come back to this. Let's get back to our feature game. We got to do a little work on it.
Looks like MIT is just trying to draw this one in. A little bit of a spinner. It's staying kind of straight. Checking up a little bit at the end here.
And it's going to be wide open.
Yep. Maybe get a little hit and roll action.
Yep, can hit and roll away or hit and tuck under. Either one's good.
And that's
Probably
exactly
don't want to nose here. Just roll away somewhere. Want to keep those two yellow rocks as far apart as possible. Or maybe tuck the shooter here underneath the yellow guard on the top 12.
It's coming in nice. Coming in real nice. Just got to cross the face. Could have used a little more roll. But
didn't cross enough. Kind of sits out there wide open. MIT now has a chance to hit and roll underneath. It looks like he's calling for the freeze. Yes. Might be playing his player here.
Always a good thing to do.
Yeah, if your lead's not comfortable throwing hit weight, you definitely want to call a shot they can make. So if you can throw a freeze or tap back here.
Well, if they sweep this looks very makeable. The sweepers are ready. They're like, let us sweep it.
They're pouncing, ready to pounce.
Oh, that's a good shot.
And that's a nice freeze.
It's just, they never put a broom to it. It's nice. Nice shot.
That's a very nice shot. Probably your best case scenario here is to, Colgate's got the hammer, just to blast both of those out. You can even chip the blue one off. You don't want a guard here. They're calling a guard, but then the scoring area has really been shrunk down to the button. There's a guarantee you only take one if you maintain the current position.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Roger. I like to always keep it as open as possible.
They've got the hammer. You need to keep this open. Go after the blue rock. If you jam it on the back and lose both, then that's fine. You're still sitting 2. If you get the really perfect shot and you chip the blue one right off the top of the yellow, you might sit 3. So you got to keep that front open. MIT is thinking about maybe a hit and roll toward guard or just throwing a guard. MIT is good second rock here, keeping that scoring area really small. So Colgate will have a very hard time scoring 2 unless they can move that blue rock off the 4-foot.
Don't think we had a chance to run down the rosters. This is Sammy Kahn, the second for MIT. The lead is Naomi Shore, the vice Andrea Dubin, and skip Philip Nadeau. Lead for Colgate 3, Rachel Peterson, the second Steph Warnkin. The vice is Grant Haynes, and the skip is Andrew Boyd. And we'll have their names up for the rest of the game in our scoreboard and the rock counter going.
Colgate's very insistent on throwing the guard. I think they really need to run this blue rock off.
Making the motion for it to move over.
Yes, using the...
well, it's going to break things up here. It's going to break them up.
All the way! Hard.
The dinner's right after the event, Curlings, so we'll do our best. So a true co-ed composition team here, Roger, MIT. And for those of you new to college curling, no restriction, right?
No restriction, open format.
Open format.
I think MIT is just looking to repeat the last shot they threw. It's corner freeze on that top stone or a guard.
Not bad. It's going to bump it a little. Maybe over curl.
And those 2 top guards are now staggered.
And I think the assumption is they curl at Broomstones, or do they curl at the Country Club in Brookline?
I don't know where their home ice is, to be honest.
Maybe someone in the chat knows. Jay Nade, welcome. We were asking if they curl at Broomstones or at the Country Club in Brookline, where their home ice would be. It's Broomstones? Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's Broomstones.
Now with this many blue rocks in play in front of shot rock, Colgate is now content just to throw some guards.
And of course, we know Colgate's home club right here, the UCC.
They got to get that over, though. Oh,
It's going to make
I think
it.
they got
Safely
it.
over. Safely over.
See what they're trying to guard out there. This did get it over the hog line. See this vantage point. Yellow shot rock. Blue sitting 2. It's kind of nice. You can hear
Blue sitting 2 and 3.
Philip with our ice shed mic.
The only option Colgate has for scoring 2 here is to tap up that yellow rock. I think MIT is going to guard that option now.
Here's Andrea Dubin, the vice for
Might be
MIT,
a little heavy for a guard.
with her second stone.
That's close. It's coming down now.
Yep, go ahead. Yep. Over and off. Yeah, over and off.
That's a good shot. Yeah, checked right up in that.
Closes that option off.
Inside the 4-foot line there.
Looks like we're headed for a score of 1 here. I don't see any option for Colgate to score more than 1. Almost anything they throw increases options for MIT to get that yellow stone off the button. The last thing you want to do here is crack open that corner guard. That opens up a run back on the blue. Colgate would be in a world of hurt after that.
This one looks a little light.
This one won't cause any damage anyway. There's several hundred pounds of granite in front of the house. I just don't see that there's anything going to happen.
It's only a few
Yeah.
tons, you know. No big deal. You throw some peel weight on that. Who knows?
My calculation, there's 320 pounds of granite in front of the house. So Colgate closed off their options early by throwing the guard over their shot rock after the freeze attempt by MIT. I think that was their last opportunity to clear that blue stone and open up the scoring area.
What is the most curl you could possibly put on a stone? Well, it depends on the ice. Question in the chat room. And the running surface of the stone. There's a whole host of things that come into that. With pro quality, Roger always talks about 24-4, so that's the distance of a explain that in terms of ice.
24 seconds draw time from hog to stop at T-line, 4 feet of curl. It's kind of the gold standard for curling club ice. 24 or 25 seconds for the stone to come to rest and 4 feet of curl. Give you a really nice play. I've curled on 21 one ice, and it's not that much fun. That could be best described as straighting instead of curling.
Roger, I'd like to mention that I've also played on 21 -1 ice before.
Yes.
And that's a lot of fun, too.
So you're speaking of arena curling in a hockey rink.
I am.
Yes. They face really challenging conditions, the people that curl on the hockey rinks, I think. I have to give them credit. They really must have a passion for curling to tolerate those kind of conditions where you get an hour to prepare the ice from all the skating ruts and have to cool your stones down as best you can. I think both teams could not throw the rest of their rocks. I don't think anything they can really do will change the outcome of this end.
And no obligation to throw the rocks if they both wanted to just end the end. There is no obligation.
They could just pitch them to the near tee line and call it a day.
That one's out there a ways.
This is going to add to your granite counter, Raj.
We're over 400 now.
The tonnage is building up in front of the house. We're getting up to dreadnought class here.
So to the question in the chat, is good ice. What is our current benchmark right now? Are we at 24, you think?
We're at 24 or 25 seconds.
Okay, and we're probably a little shy of 4, right? We're probably around 3.
No, those rocks curl a true 4 feet. If the ice
feet?
is level, they're curling almost a true 4 feet.
Okay, so we're pretty close to the
Right now, they're
standard.
probably curling about 3.5 plus inside and about 5 feet outside. The sheets are maybe just slightly peaked.
And as we mentioned earlier today, our stones were, well, they don't use the term scratched anymore. They say it's textured.
Textured.
It's
another word for being sandpapered.
Right. So you just run the bottom running surface of the stone on high quality. What did you say? Silica oxide sandpaper.
It's 80 grit silicon carbide. It has to be very
silica carbide.
very hard.
And that roughs them up, so the ice has a little more grip, and subsequently you get more curl on the rocks. Before that, our rocks are running very straight.
No, they were reconditioned about 2 years ago.
Okay, that's right. The running surfaces, new running surfaces were put in.
Right, and they wear down a little bit. So this is a pretty expected end. Not much going on here. Andrew got to practice his draw weight out there on the 12-foot, put it on the tee line. Score of 1 for Colgate, and that ties up the game. Down to 4 ends. This is the last qualifying event for the College USA National Bonspiel in Blaine, Minnesota. A lot of qualification points up for grabs today. If I understood the math right on the College Curling website, there are 8 merit points available for the winner of this game, 7 for the runner-up.
Why don't you explain that a little more, Raj, for new viewers out there?
Well, all
the merit points, the whole concept of what it's for.
So the College National Bonspiel is by invitation to the top college teams that compete in what is essentially kind of a college curling tour. Each event that's scheduled around the country will allow individual institutions to earn points toward qualification. You get so many points for winning various events, winning games, playing leagues. The top 16 merit point schools will get an invitation to participate in this National Bonspiel. In addition, each region, there's 5 regions in the country, is guaranteed at least one participant. And there are a few Bonspiels, I think there was only one this year, that if you win the Bonspiel, you get an automatic entry. And I think Minnesota garnered one of those early in the season.
So it is truly regional, not like the NCAA basketball tournament where they just basically go by seeding and you can have a team in the East go out West. They actually do allocate certain number of spots for the geographic region you're in the United States.
Yeah, the only guarantee is one representative from each of the 5 major designated college curling regions.
So Syracuse has never contacted you about getting a club going? Never had any interest? Or
they've
no?
had a club going sporadically, but I would say not in the last 10 years.
I saw in the news a couple of the basketball guys were actually out with brooms and they were rolling a basketball. Did you see that? Our number 1 ranked Cuse.
Yeah.
Undefeated. Tyler Ennis, the man, the next coming.
The Iceman.
Unbelievable that shot he made the other night.
MIT tried to come around that corner guard, came up just, I think, a little short of the rings from our vantage point here.
It could be biting, but it's real close.
Colgate's trying to get around that corner. And this one's going to hook in behind if it stays in the rings.
A little deep. But it's still there.
They got it buried. Buried back 12. MIT's going to have to come around and freeze to that stone or get above it. That Colgate stone in the back 12 is a counter.
They were only playing a 6-end game here to keeping with the rest of the Bonspiel. Sometimes you go to events and the finals will be longer than the preliminary games, but still 6 ends for this final.
That's a nice shot.
A nice freeze by MIT, locked right on that Colgate shot stone. Room for plenty more back there.
And Naomi was happy on that one. I saw her sliding back. Big smile. Great shot.
You'd like to drop one above tee line behind the corner, but you've got some backers if you need them. MIT with a hammer this end, so Colgate has to be a little careful. MIT's now shot rock behind the corner. This is another freeze attempt. Oh, a little heavier. They were sweeping that very hard. I think
It's going to just tick off.
it's going to rub off. That's going to leave MIT shot rock.
That was Stephanie Warnken, who is a major biophysics major, chemistry minor.
All right.
Class of 2016. She's a sophomore and she resides in her hometown is Bayport, New York. Here's Sammy Kahn.
Threw that one out pretty wide, but this looks like it may come in.
So Stephanie will be part of the future contingent of Colgate. We were saying a lot of seniors out here playing.
Graduating 8 seniors, and this team is the nucleus of next year's Colgate team, and there's a few more in the wings.
I don't know if you had a chance to talk to them. Were they pleased over their semifinal victory over Colgate 1?
I can't remember the last time they probably beat them. They were probably tickled pink. So.
And they beat them soundly.
Handily.
Yeah.
Is that a bit of the new guard replacing the old guard? There, Raj?
Yep. This looks like this is going to remove that stone. Just over curled. Now it's going to jam in the back.
They're going to be sitting 1-2.
Still sitting 2. Back of the house, though. Good freeze, can count those out. Little trouble brewing for Colgate, though, this end. MIT is sitting 2 with a hammer and a tie game in the third end. This one's way narrow. just nudges that Colgate guard over a hair. Don't think that's going to change their shot selection.
Okay, go ahead. Yep,
They need to freeze down in the pocket created by those two blue MIT stones. Or get around the corner. Been down this line a few times, so they know the ice. This looks a little tight. They like to wait,
Yeah, they're going for line.
but it's going to start to bend here.
You know, it's okay. Just a matter of weight at this point.
They need to go for weight.
They're going to sit it
They're going
in
to bring this deep
for
enough.
second or third.
I think that's third rock. They just needed a couple feet more weight. That would have been a perfect stone. MIT now looking to freeze to that stone just thrown so that it can't be used.
Philip, the skip of MIT, is very composed, making good strategy calls. Very like he's been doing this for a while, or is he just a natural? He said we were talking earlier about how many years whether some of these curlers come up from the junior ranks. I was asking Roger if you weren't on the broadcast earlier.
And that freeze attempt hung wide, but that's going to drop in for another stone. That'll have to be removed. Colgate's looking for a hit and roll now.
That would be the optimal move here. Get sitting behind, sitting 1 and 3.
Going to come inside out at this. With newer curlers, often it's better to come inside out because your shooters are more likely to hit the broom coming this way. This looks like a pretty good stone. If it'll curl just a little more, they'll get a nice roll.
We're close.
They're going to be able to come
Too
back to that
much.
pocket? No. They did remove the stone. Need to curl up another eighth of a rock. Again, MIT looking for a freeze or maybe come in just behind that Colgate third stone.
It's out there, ways.
This one looks a little strong. I think this is going to go to the back.
Well, there is a wall in the back
And it
of
may
the
be
house.
sitting 3. I think that's that pocket of stones is screaming for a yellow rock to be plopped right in there. You just stuff a rock in that pocket and count out those 3 blue MIT stones. Need a good draw out of the skipper here. First skip stone for Andrew Voigt.
Ah, come on.
of a lot of granite. Check out the house on one there, Raj.
Looks like the game at the end of the last draw on sheet 1. I think all but one rock is in play.
Yeah, there's like 2 or
On
3
that
out in
sheet.
front of the house, and everything else is in the house.
There you go. That's what Dan's referring to right there.
Kind of the granite explosion on sheet 1. All right, Colgate needs to throw a really good freeze in that back pocket of blue MIT stones here.
That looks pretty good.
Pro miss here is not to be light. Make sure this rock is there. Should curl.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, sweepers are not on
Gotta
it.
wait for it to bend. No, it's
There's
not.
a little cup
There it
of blue
is.
stones
There it
back
is.
there.
It
That
just
should
came
be
in.
fine.
That'll work.
And that's it's second rock, but it's locked on solid back there. Looks like it's second
Yeah.
rock.
Blue is one, clearly one.
But that's a good trade. One thrown stone to outcount 2.
And we're not sure about third shot, but at this point, those are the 2 material rocks in play.
Well, I don't think second rock is going anywhere soon, with 2 blue stones behind it.
Philip has a, looks like a 1/4 inch Teflon on. It's like brand new shoes. I just, you know, isn't that the highest you get, right? Super fast Teflon. What's he looking to do, Raj? Dan?
Just going to draw around here, I think. Trying to sit 2. Probably doesn't want to come all the way to the back. That leaves Colgate and outs. Want to be above tee line.
It's a little out there. Yeah, it's got a ways to move back in.
That'll be fully exposed if it stops.
Yeah, it's checking up. But he might sweep it all the way back. And it is just
And
out.
Just gave Colgate a get out of jail free card on that one. Now, if Colgate can repeat that first freeze attempt, they'll be lying 1 in the back of the house, and they'll be able to force MIT to draw for their 1. Throw that exact same shot that they just threw. They're thinking of leaving this above tee line, but to be honest, I think locking it on the back pretty much assures that the no deuce can be scored.
Left side. Left side.
Stones
This
away.
one's also a little wide. This will have a lot of curling to do. It's in the same
Yeah.
path that Philip was. This is going to go right down the same track.
He is using his stabilizer to indicate that he wanted it to move over.
Right.
Yeah, they might have just pushed it a little bit, but there seems to be a run out there. As soon as it gets outside
Well,
that 4 foot, it's hanging.
They both turn their stones out a little bit on their release. So kind of a little inside-out delivery. That's where you slide a little inside the broom and you throw your stone back toward the broom, and that'll cause your rocks to run very straight. Philip has a very simple draw to the 8 foot here to score the deuce and open up a little bit of a lead. Last stone
That
for
is, in
MIT.
fact, being hammered.
Yeah, sweep.
Got all three of them, including the skip, going on it now.
They're working it. Yeah, I think it's good. Yep.
Just coast in to the 4-foot.
So that'll be 2 more for MIT.
Open up a small lead. There's some discussion about the rocks in the back. Maybe not. They're just...
discussing what could have been.
All right, folks, let's get you updated on scores and other sheets.
Okay, sheet 1, it looks like BU, that is Boston University, has pulled out to a 2-1 lead over Binghamton University.
Dan, our scout in that game, the defending champion, working in the Broadcast Central with us this year.
On sheet 2, it looks like Bowling Green is up 4-2 over Hamilton 2.
After 3 ends.
After 3 ends. And on 4, it looks like it is all Penn 2 with 6 points and 3 ends.
Don't have any score for sheet 4 yet, so
they got
6-0.
Yeah, 6-0.
Okay, 6-0.
2-2-2.
2-2-2. Okay, thanks.
Then on 5, Colgate has taken 2 points and 2 ends.
Colgate 1, that is, since they're playing Colgate 2.
All right, that's Rich Gray skipping that team.
Right?
Yes.
And they're up 2-0 on Colgate 2.
And now we're on sheet 6, our F event game, the other Bowling Green squad.
It looks like it's 5-0 in the 4th. So in 3 ends, they scored 5. Looks like 3-1-1.
3-1-1 for Bowling Green 1. By far our farthest travelers to this event, and Roger says they're regular participants.
I think they've come every year, I think.
Yeah, they've had 2 teams every year.
So the Bowling Green contingent in the chat room, we're loving this. Both of the teams with a lead. Sheet 2 again was the E event. And our double consolation events, E and F. Both doing well. And what was our D event final, Rod? That was Colgate, the Battle of Colgate, right?
Battle of the Colgates, yeah.
And Penn 2 off, doing also very well, 6-zip.
Not much going on yet here on sheet 3. There's a corner guard in play. A couple of attempts to draw the house have not been successful. Now Colgate trying to get around the corner guard. The line was really good there. Just came up a little short.
Oh, we're in the second stone, sorry.
Looks like MIT is just trying to draw a guard behind here. A little heavy.
And that's going to sidle through. Neither team has really found draw weight yet this end. Colgate's going to try to come around the outside with hammer. Keep at least half that 4-foot open.
You saw Rachel Peterson for Colgate. She's a math major. She's also a senior, and she resides in Augusta, Maine, and she will be attending law school in the fall. And sadly, this will be her last College Bonspiel. played in all 4 events, Raj? Probably. Most
Not
of the
sure.
kids are. How many kids do you have from Colgate in the program currently?
I'm going to guess around 30.
30?
Yeah.
Wow. And what's the second largest? Hamilton?
Hamilton, and they probably have, we have close to 50 altogether.
50 total. That's great.
So I'm going to guess 25 to 30. And we'll probably have a few more this Olympic weekend. I think next weekend, Colgate's going to bring out a whole contingent of curlers for next year's curling class,
right.
and start them a little early.
You'll have a huge bump, I'm sure. Same as just the regular public open houses.
So it's a great sport for them. You know, if they're just a little athletic, they have good balance, they can become quite good curlers in 3 or 4 years.
Sure.
It looks like Colgate's just trying to get a draw in behind the guard there. Try to sit 2.
Yeah, they got bumped in with MIT's last, so they're sitting 1. Could even split this end, would be
Looks pretty good.
not a bad call.
It's gotta come down a little bit.
This looks a little hot. I think they need to get the split on this if they can. Maybe not. It's
Yeah, that's what he's calling for.
starting to bite in a little bit. Want to get both of these on the rings. There we
And
go.
they are. That's a good shot. It's a good plan B.
These can be doubled though. Just off nose gets 2. Really wanted to get a little more separation on those stones playing the split. Didn't have enough weight probably to get them really well split.
So Dan was talking earlier about how physically taxing playing 4 games in one day
Oh yeah.
can be. 24 ends of curling in a 8-hour time frame or 10-hour time frame.
I remember a couple years ago I played with the Bowling Green team to fill in a spot for them, and after sweeping 24 ends in about 10 hours, I think I went home and collapsed for about a day.
Yeah, that's crazy. I couldn't even imagine doing that. Maybe when I was 21 years old, but even then.
Nice double. Didn't quite get the other stone through. Really good attempt though.
That was a nice attempt.
All right, Colgate still can get their deuce back here. They're chasing a little bit. They've been behind from the get-go. Caught up after a score of 1 by MIT in the first end. Steal. Now they're trying to get their deuce back here in end number 4 after falling behind by 2.
Might be a little heavy.
Trying to draw a second one in here. Get that deuce set up. T-line wave.
Hey, T-line.
Got that almost edge on edge, I think. Yeah, about edge on edge.
Yep.
This is one of these shots that looks easy, but it's not really all that easy.
So he's asking for the hit and roll to outcount the yellow in the back.
Like to throw a little down weight on your hit here so you can get just a little bit to the inside of this rock on the center line side and roll under that center guard. Rock started to make a big move. They got the sweepers right on.
Couldn't be by.
Close.
Pretty much on the nose. Colgate just needs to duplicate that shot. They can actually roll away is fine.
Absolutely. Edge on edge. Same. That was a dead nose hit. Same edge on edge layout.
Don't need to play this really tight. You can roll away a bit.
Gotta curl.
Set this one out a little bit.
Curl.
Set this one out. Just a little inside-out delivery again.
All the way.
Yeah, didn't need. I think the weight was a little up.
Weight was a little up
Yeah.
too. Don't need that much weight. That's got to be a soft weight takeout to get the little curl around the guard.
Take out. Big weight.
Dan, what's the update from the scout? The scout for sheet 1.
Sheet 1's all tied up at 2 after 3.
Okay. So Binghamton, Hampton, the combo team, Binghamton, Hamilton, playing in that C event.
Yep.
Final game. Had it right.
That looks pretty good.
Looking for the guard.
That looks pretty good weight.
It's not making a big move for line though. Here it finally comes. I think it's gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna leave a port.
It's gonna leave that stone wide open still. And those guards aren't even in play for this hit.
You can see what Roger's talking about here, this port. Plenty of room here.
The line they've been throwing to make that shot has would not have touched either guard. I'm not sure if they're even looking at this.
Or do you want to? We can take this if you want. Take it out the middle one. You want to hit?
Talk about taking out the center guard.
Well, I think you can take a shot at shot rock, and if you over curl and you move the center guard, that's fine. But I think you definitely take a shot at the MIT stone in the rings. I think that's what they're doing.
The middle one. Well, the nose is hard. You can hit that on the side. The guard. Can you get to the one in the house? Yeah, I think this is going to come back.
Yeah, they're having some discussion as whether or not they can get the one in the house. I do think they can.
Yeah, they got enough space.
If they throw, control board weight at this, not overthrow it. It's a very gettable stone.
Looks okay here.
They got to go.
Looks good.
I say if you hit the center guard, it's fine here. It doesn't hurt you.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
Just gonna rub, but that's okay. That opens things up.
Very close.
Yes, yes, yes.
MIT with their last shot here, I think, has a couple choices. They can throw a guard, or they can bring a second one in the rings.
Higher is better.
Good guard here probably assures a steal of one.
How's the weight? Don't want to be too deep. Wait. Back one. Go. Yep.
That looks pretty good. Just needs to curl. Needs to curl. curling up, but I'm not sure it's going to get over fast enough. Yeah, you might get a little chip here that might work. I think the chip kind of worked there.
Rub help, but I think that
Still got
stone
the
is stone is
Intern.
accessible.
Intern. Soft
Yep.
hit weight. Definitely there. Important shot for Andrew. I think. Could be a 3-point swing here. Good shot here. Get this deuce.
Important to score at least one
Yeah.
this end. I think
I'd
they're
say
gonna
just
throw-
don't even visualize the stone is there. Just pretend you're throwing that heavy draw, hit the broom.
Beat the stone.
You got it.
Those are high
No,
guards.
No.
Those are very high guards.
Damn, we have to get all our Caddyshack references in. 2 more ends to play. Spalding.
Spalding, get your foot off the boat.
I was just going to say that.
I think it's light, but I think the weight's actually pretty good. Had to get off of that front line, regardless of the weight.
Ooh, that's a hard one there.
Yeah,
Steal of one.
All right, 2 more ends to go. I've been very impressed with this MIT team, though. Philip seems very composed, as I said earlier. All 4 players. That's what you say, good team dynamic, right, Raj?
Good team dynamics.
Like that Russian team, I like so much. The Olympics. Oh, it's Sidorova.
I didn't think they were very good curlers, but I thought they curled excellently together. They were always positive, no matter.
I first saw him, I thought it was Drago when I first saw the skip, you know. Looks like the same haircut.
Well, you knew they were
Yeah.
playing a pretty good game when against Canada they had a 2-0 lead, and Brad Jacobs gave his big fist pump when he finally rung them up for 4.
Right.
So you knew he knew what he was up against.
And Sidorova, I mean, God, jeez. Curling's answer to Anna Kournikova. Right? Hey now.
You know.
Hey now. And this Howard Stern. I just wouldn't spend the money for a series.
I do. It's great. Okay, so it looks like
All right, so we
a little
need.
deep here.
That one's behind the tee line, so that's a good start for Colgate. They're just going to draw the wings here. I think they're banking on the fact that they don't think that MIT is going to chase this rock.
Yeah, time to be super aggressive.
Gonna need some help to get that over. Just over.
Could be useful later in the end as a corner guard.
So MIT's going to draw another one in here.
Trying to go top 12, sit 1 and 2. And that's going to go right to the top 4. Almost. Top 8. Colgate needs to move these rocks around a little bit now. Tap these back to the back of the house.
Rachel has a very nice slide, Raj. Well coached.
Getting there.
Yes. Who coaches them anyway, Raj? Is
That's
that you?
It's a team effort. MJ does a
You
lot of
and
work with
MJ.
it. Yep.
Is that part of the victory has 1,000 tons of penis fast? It's going to be close. I think
No.
you're just going to miss it.
That's a,
Just slipped by.
so a little opening here for Colgate.
Well, they've got a corner guard. They could use it. Come right around it.
That's what I was thinking.
That's why we put him there.
Indicating the other way. Now, I definitely want to come around.
When I put multiples in play, you got to get some rocks hidden. Hard to score more than 2 in the wide open.
You mentioned Stephanie before, sophomore, Bayport, New York. Studying biophysics, minoring in chemistry.
Now just going to slip to the back 12 for third rock, just a hair heavy.
Apologize, don't have any bio information for the MIT team.
So you're looking to probably hit this here, Raj, and maybe roll behind the corner.
Well, at least take shot rock off. It's going to chip their own stone out. That's not good.
Didn't chip it out, though.
Yeah, but it's,
Just
I think it's
hung
third
around.
now, though.
Pushed it back for third, though. Now Colgate sits 2.
Very interesting.
Like to
Very
see him go
interesting.
around the corner guard.
It set us up for
They keep playing to the open side.
It's gonna die.
Okay, splitting it up.
Rearranges the house a little bit.
Sitting 1, 2, 3.
Sitting 3.
You can see Steph out here skipping the team, Raj. She's only second year curling. This is her second year trying to
Yep.
play in the sport.
Mhm.
Wow, nice delivery.
Are we getting hay house?
Why don't you open the stern floodgates here? Yeah, you see that? Baba Booey. Papa Bopai.
You don't want to go down this road.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You can do it for hours.
All right, here's Andrea, first vice stone here. Colgate sitting 3. So just trying to remove some yellow. Pretty. We're gonna get a little roll here.
Gonna get a little inside roll.
Very nice.
What nice shot.
Still accessible.
He's very solid, Andrea.
Still accessible. Need to move that one.
Grant Haynes up next. He's majors in biology and political science. He's a junior from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So he'll be back next year in this event.
Trying to throw a draw, and this looks very light.
Yeah. That's not helping the cause. Okay, it's curling over, actually. That's not so bad. right? I mean,
Well,
they still have
they'll
access.
throw a guard over this or come right in. Just
by.
skinnied the corner guard.
Well, what's going to happen in the house here?
It's going to
No,
go
it's just
through.
right.
Right, so they still, Colgate still has an opportunity to move that shot rock off
Get
the
rid of
back
it.
four. Need to make that go away to bring those other two yellow rocks back in play. Should be able to double those blues out. They're going to play the freeze, though. Sweepers like to wait.
It's got to come up though a little. It's got to curl. Oof, just kissed it.
Kind of scared as it went by.
That's too bad. Colgate was set up to score. And again, we don't cheer for any teams. What we're cheering for is a close last rock game in the sixth end, right?
Well said. I mean, I'm still cheering for Binghamton, but
Yeah.
you know, they're down on one.
All the way. Light.
Into skip stones now and end number 5. Coming to the conclusion of this event, 2014 UCC College Bonspiel, Doug Smith, Roger Rowlett, Dan Pearson. Glad to be bringing it to you on our USTREAM channel. MIT 1 up 4-1. Sitting 1.
It's there.
This is looking like a pretty good shot for MIT. They can get it there. They can get it there.
Dan describing the action on sheet 1.
Nice shot. That's a nice one.
Oh, we're going to have to cut over to that house now that Dan has set it up. Oh, I want that. Oh, we'll go around the ice shed.
Round the horn.
So red sitting 1. Over there on sheet 1. That game is score update there, Dan. 3-1?
It is 3-2.
3-2. Okay, we'll get to that right after this end is over. It was a nicely thrown shot by Phillip. So what does Andrew have left here, Raj?
Not much. It's going to have to try to clear some of those
Yeah, I would
blues out of front, I
Wing
think.
it down there, try to spill a lot of blue, and then hope for a miss on the
The
last
blue that
one.
Phillip just threw is really a problem.
And that's a
Threw
little
some-
outside there.
That's going to get a piece of the blue rock. That should be fine.
Oh,
Almost got the double. Just missed the double.
Go ahead, yeah.
That's a pretty lonely blue in the back now. Phillip's going to have to throw another stone in to keep it company somewhere in the top 8, maybe half buried.
yeah, this is the shot right here, I think.
No lonely stones.
The turning point shot of this game. Junction point. I mean, this is it. Down 4, doable, but if they get the steal here, tall order. Miss here opens the door to tie the game potentially. Maybe even go ahead. Last stone for non-hammer stone, Philip Nadeau. Really nice delivery here. Nice balance.
Yeah, Phillips has one of the best deliveries I've seen here all day.
Absolutely. Shoulder square. This looks real good.
Pretty much replaced the rock where he a little
deep.
deeper, a little deeper.
Well, it's going to
Right
definitely.
on the line.
That's
but
going to give Colgate a
deep.
chance to at least score.
One.
Yep.
They're locked on there, so I don't see him
Yeah, they
getting rid of.
They gotta
Yeah,
get the one here.
get the one, and definitely within.
Gotta bail the boat before you fix it.
Take your one here. Figure out how to steal 2 in the last end.
And we'll certainly cut over, give you the other seat scores. Last stone in end number 5. Colgate, we can only score 1. Andrew's last rock. Just needs a draw down. Has the backing, you can see.
Have to
Sweepers are
curl.
not on it.
Gotta curl.
Got to curl off that guard.
It's coming. It's coming now. It is coming now. Oh, it's just gonna kiss it. Oh.
And that'll be a steal of 2.
That's a steal of 2.
MIT is looking to be in ship shape
Yeah, this
coming
could be-
home here.
Up 5. Could be Dandy Don. Turn out the lights time.
Yep, up 5 in
Yeah.
the last end. Need to get rid of 4 rocks.
Or a
So,
vlog, go fair.
Let's definitely run through scores on other sheets. Okay, so we're coming down to the end of the event. So Dan, why don't you update us on sheet 1? Go take us to the third end. Walk us through end by end. I'm a little behind here.
Okay, so
Third end, what they score? They score. And
So third end, Binghamton scores 1. In the
Okay.
fourth end, it would appear that the Boston University team scored 1.
Okay.
They got it off a little wiki whack to the inside when they were sitting 3 or 2. Binghamton was. It was-
Okay, and they're sitting there. So it's 3-2, and they're
Yep.
still in the 5th. We can see
They
Stones
are.
in the house.
Okay.
Over on sheet 2, this is our E-event game, Bowling Green 2. A lot of interest in the chat room for them.
Okay.
Fourth end, I need an update. So fourth end,
It's actually 6th end. They're coming home.
Okay, no, I mean the fourth end
fourth
score.
end. It looks like
Steal of 4.
still a 4 in the 4th by Bowling
Okay,
Green.
so to go up 8-2. Looks like they're
And
clearly in command of this
Hamilton took 1 in the 5th.
game. Okay. So now 8-3 again, up 5, just like our feature game. Bowling Green 2 looks to be real solid to win the E event. RPI and Penn 2 is our B event game. The second Barrett Point standings, right, Raj?
Yep.
So it was 6-0, but we were clawing back. The RPI team's clawing back. They scored 1 in the 4th, and they scored.
They stole 3 more.
Stole 3 more in the 5th. So they need a steal of 2.
It's a 2-point game.
Right. Sheet 5. They're playing the 5th end. I can read that one, I think.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
1.
Very tight affair. 3-1. Favor of Colgate 1 over
So
Colgate
they
2.
scored 1 in the 3rd. Was that it?
Yep,
I
and
can't
then-
read the
and
numbers.
then,
Okay, 1 and then 1 here, right here.
Yep.
All singles.
Yep. Singles going on, and sheet 6 looks to be pretty close. Bowling Green 1 and RIT 1. They were up 5-0 early, and they were up 6-0, right? And then after 4, but then they gave up
Gave up a 4 spot.
4 spot in the 5th.
And that's a 2-point game coming home.
Right. And that is our other consolation event, E and F events we're calling the consolation events in this tournament. So there's your scores. And our feature game, again, just running through it. The C event on sheet 1, E event on sheet 2, sheet 4 our B event, sheet 5 our D event, sheet 6 our F event.
So all schools that are either winners, runners-up, or semifinalists in the first 4 events should earn merit points toward the National College Bonspiel qualification.
Now, just so I don't forget the skip of, see you, Dave. Where'd my clipboard go? The skip from Colgate, Andrew Voigt. He's a psychology major, psychology and economics major. He's a sophomore as well, so he'll be back. Good to see him out skipping. He's from Trumbull, Connecticut. So you'll see a lot of Colgate 3 in upcoming college bonspiels. 2 sophomores, Steph and Andrew. Grant also is will be back. He's a junior. And Rachel, this is her last tournament, but she's a senior. And we hope to see MIT back to defend. Well, it's not over yet, so we won't go down that road. But we're getting into, we'll get our rock counter going.
This is a freeze to everything mode.
Yeah.
Need to freeze to everything here.
So this is
just a matter of attrition for
4th blue stone.
MIT. MIT needs to remove 4 stones. So get rid of 1.
Good shot by Sammy Khan. All right, so you can see they need 5. Do the math. Only 1 in the rings. 5 yellows remaining to be thrown.
It's an uphill battle, Kevin.
Yeah, this is pretty tough.
2 out of play.
Okay.
So 4 of the next 5 stones need to be in the rings.
Looks like this one's coming in.
That's a nice shot, Stephanie. Just through
Very
there,
nice.
Tucked it behind. Keeps the hope alive, as they say.
There's a double available, but they don't really need to make that double. Just hit the open stone.
Keeping the hope alive. 4 yellows, 2 in the park. They need 5. Joe McCusker said, anything can happen in a curling game. I remember that from when I used to curl.
Oh my God.
I hope she still doesn't say that. I haven't seen, we never get, we have CBC on our cable network here, so we get to watch Canadian curling in this area. It's great.
A little rub and roll
got
gets
one.
rid of a stone. Now the remaining Colgate rocks need to come in.
Yeah, into vice stones now, so this could be it, Raj. Right, this one isn't in.
Rest of the rocks need to be in play.
Time for the old Billy Baru there, Doug.
Yeah.
And this one looks like, I don't know if it's going to overcurl. They're going to keep this around.
Maybe.
Yes, they
yeah,
are. Yes, they are. It's going to roll to a nice spot, actually. Well, they're not dead yet, as Monty Python would say.
I'm just going to say that. I'm feeling better.
And we'll stay. We're going to stay for the conclusion of all 6 games. So these guys are a little bit ahead of the pace. We'll be cutting over. We'll start with sheet 4. Or we'll pick a game that's closest. We can swivel the cameras around if we need to.
And they got another little tick and roll.
There it is.
And that should do it. Colgate's out of rocks.
Yeah, there's a handshake. I think maybe they're just not aware. Can't bring rocks in.
There has to be a math major out there. They should be able to count.
There is actually. It's was it Grant? I think no. Rachel. That's
Yep.
right.
They're out of rocks.
Yeah.
There's no sort of like grave, like necromancy of stones.
So they get a little time travel, a little DeLorean action.
Velcro.
Yeah. One of the things in curling you can't bring, it's like checkers. There's no king me in curling.
Yeah. You don't get any bonus rocks.
Yeah, there's no pulling those yellows out from behind there. It's okay. I guess maybe they just want to finish up. Okay.
They want the last of that glory days right
Want
there.
to enjoy that's probably the web streaming. That's why they're doing it. Have a good final. I mean, the final score now will be try to score, try to get a deuce, playing for. Watch here. Watch, thanks. So we'll take them home now. No problem with us. We're gonna stay, and we're in this. We're still playing the 5th end over on sheet 5. All the other games pretty much are in the 6th end. A couple of them just beginning the 6th end.
How is it?
Right on the nose. Now it seems, are they realizing now that? No, I guess not. 30 curlers, Roger. I had no idea you had that many from Colgate. Wow. I mean, you can only accommodate 48 people out here, right, on a Sunday.
Yeah,
So what do you do when you have overages?
We've had 50. Well, we can work with them on both ends of the ice for instruction, and then.
Yeah, because when I was down here with the cameras, I didn't see. Was that a low attendance night? Okay. You have Colgate and Hamilton. All right, so here's Andrew throwing his last two. Just going to finish the end out here. Now, you're not teaching them the Utica Curling Club points leagues, are you?
No.
Okay, is that what? Please. You know, I was looking at that WCF tiebreaker procedure a couple weeks ago. That to me makes the most sense. I like the way that's done. You look at head-to-head, then you look at your group head-to-head record, and then draw the button. Couldn't do that in the. I think you could do that in the Sims, the Garber,
Yes,
the
you could.
Allen. No reason to play those points leagues.
Right.
The pure curling.
That way, when it's 9-1, you can.
You shake hands. That's
Yeah,
what's the nature of the game.
You'd have to
Go
have a
have
draw
a-
to the
go
button
have-
before every game, right? To
Yeah.
determine hammer, and then total up your
Exactly.
total draw shot challenge points over the whole season.
It'd be good for everybody, that draw the button, because then everybody gets a sense of the speed of the ice. The leads would like it. And that's the reason we're talking about that. It's just right now. I mean, we could have shake hands here as soon as they were mathematically out, but they're just playing. Why not? I mean, there's only a 6-end game. They're well ahead of every other game. MIT's going to win this game. Congratulations to them. We'll hold off on formally saying that until the game's over.
All right, Jackson, check it out.
It's just a little MP3 player. Oh. I wanted to load the final countdown, the Europe song. You know,
Yeah.
that was I didn't have time this morning.
I mean the do-do-do-do.
Yeah, you got it. All I have is Art Bell's the Chase of Midnight Express music. Great song, but
Oh my! You know, when it rains, it pours
Yep.
sometimes.
all right. So that's a steal of 4 there. We won't even put a nice X. So congratulations to MIT team number 1. They are the champions of the 2014 UCC College Bonspiel.
Very good. They played very well.
Can't be inside.
Philip Nadeau, Andrea Dubin, Sammy Khan, Naomi Schur. They played a fantastic game. And the runners-up, hats off to them. Our Colgate 3, a great victory in the semifinal over their
fellow rivals.
Yes.
The team of seniors.
handicapping the field. We would have expected Colgate 1 to be right up there amongst the top 2 or 3 teams.
Absolutely.
They beat them in the semis, so they played okay. I mean, they were in the game. They had chances in that 5th end to score. But fortunately wasn't able to do so. So hats off to MIT. They are the champs. And this is great. They're going to take their picture, so we actually see them right on our camera. This is excellent. I apologize. We didn't have a chance. We took the pictures from our 9 o'clock game this morning last night. Wanted to get out there, but we had some difficulties at the club with our audio for the piping in ceremony. Not on the web stream. So I was helping out with that. So there you see Philip, Andrea, Sammy.
Well, we got 2 good games going. 5. It looks like what is it? The Bowling Green team? No, Colgate came back with 3 in the 5th to make it 4-3.
Ooh, so Colgate 2.
Colgate 2 is
And
now
who's-
ahead of Colgate 1.
Who's the skip of Colgate 2, Roger? I know it's not Rich. Or Alex Rich, that's Colgate 1. It's Anna Meitlin and Brendan.
believe it's
Brandon
Alex.
Trimiano. Matt
No, it's
Feeney.
Matt Feeney.
Matt Feeney, Cara Schmidt, Jenna Glatt, Beth Mahoney's Colgate 2. And so Dan said they scored 3 and playing the 6th end. So that's a nail biter over there on sheet 5. That's a D event game. So they were the semifinal teams that lost. Get thrown into the D event.
In the Battle of the BUs, they're down to the last 4 stones on each side. And it's
Okay,
all
and then what
knotted
happened
up.
in the 5th end there?
It looks like Binghamton still got 1.
Okay, so another tight battle going over
all
there.
knotted up at 3.
Well, stay with us, folks. We'll stay to the conclusion of all these other games. And the dinner should be right after that. Sorry, Colonel. We weren't in the chat much. I just popped in a few minutes ago. Kind of been in and out. Bowling Green 2, they're on sheet 2, so that's a handshake there. So Bowling Green 2 looks like they won the game. They ran out of rocks.
They did.
Hamilton 2, so Bowling Green victorious in that game 8-3. Congrats to Bowling Green 2. All right, sheet number 4 is over, and the winner of that game we do not know, correct?
We do not.
Yeah, so it looks like, wow, that could be an epic comeback here. Am I reading that correctly? So it was 6-0, and they won. They posted a 6, right? So what a great comeback. Did
Down
they steal
6-0
3?
and-
They stole 3 and 2 ends in a row?
They did.
Oh my goodness. So Penn 2. Wow, it's going to be that's a tough way to lose the game. Unfortunately, Penn 2, you can see there. And if we're reading the scoreboard correctly, then this is accurate what you're seeing on your webcast here. It started off 6-0 after 3, and then gave up gave up. RPI took 1 with a hammer, and then they gave up a steel 3 and a steel 3 to lose to RPI. So congrats to RPI. Wow, that's amazing. Sheet 5, again, a battle going on here between the Colgates, the Red Raider, Bash. 4-3. Battle of the local rivals. And on sheet 6, looks like it's 6-4. Okay, so we're updated over there for Bowling Green 1. Bowling Green 1, that's an accurate score. So let's look at our house. Oh, they're shaking hands. So, yeah, it looks like red did not. Looks like blue is out counting. I think, Raj. What do you think?
On sheet 6?
Yeah. I see the rocks.
Looks like red may have scored
like
1.
red
but not
scored
2.
1.
Red scored 1.
Yeah.
So Bowling Green 1. The Bowling Green sweeps the consolation events. Congratulations to them. Make the ride at the 500-mile trek.
All that better. All that much better.
Well, Simon Eddy is on Bowling Green 2, right? Just to confirm. Do they go? Yeah, there's a huge crowd over at the door now. If he was on 6, we could catch him on the way through. I have to check my roster sheet. Yeah, that's what I thought. We're behind sheet 3, and the curlers, when they come off the ice, they go. The ones on 4, 5, and 6 typically go over to the right side, and they'll pass right by us. So we'll try. We're trying curling.
Well, the Colgate
We'll do our
1-2
best.
game looks like an exercise in futility. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rocks in front of the house, none in.
How much poundage of granite is that?
And,
Raj?
well, that's 240 pounds there.
Nice.
All right, sheet 1.
They keep trying to raise a stone instead of drawing around. They have not been successful in raising one in yet.
Yeah, I don't want to plug in the webcam because that'll destroy the recording. So we'll just talk you through it. We're almost done here. There's very few stones left to play on sheets 1 and 5.
Wow. 1 is just nail biting. Looks like Kevin's got to put up a guard.
Who has shot rock over on sheet 1?
Blue.
Sitting 1 and 2, I think, right?
And blue and
Certainly at least
Boston
1.
University has the hammer over Binghamton/Hamilton.
Yes.
We now have 7 rocks in front of the house on sheet 5 in our all Colgate matchup.
Yeah, there's no rocks in the rings over on sheet 5.
It's only 328 pounds.
So again, we're staying on here for the conclusion of these games. See our viewership's dropping down a little bit, so stay with us. And what we'll do is we'll sign off, and then hopefully we'll be back on the air in like 5 or 10 minutes with once everybody gets set up for the trophy, the award ceremony. Probably be more like what, like 20 minutes, right, Raj?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's do or die time on 1.
Unless you want to text them, curling, and tell them to come over to the broadcast booth. We'll be glad to talk to them. Dan's ready to go.
Yeah.
So text them if you.
I think they got to get up.
It'd be
on
easier
this.
for us. It was a lot. It was very tight here where we're sitting. It's a crowd of people.
Come on. Come on. Got to get it over.
Binghamton now.
Ooh, they bumped that up to the 4 foot.
Yeah, but now it would appear that Boston University is going to have a not wide open, but a pretty open alley to the pin.
Yeah, last stone of the end coming up. Just an intern draw, wide open left-hand side of the sheet.
Looks to me like they're planning a
For the
hit.
Planning a hit with their last stone. We'll stay with sheet 1 here. Is that one going to go through, Raj?
That one may go out the back door.
So it's still nobody counting on sheet 5.
No one's hit the house yet.
And there's clapping
There are now 8 stones in front of the house.
and counting.
Play 2 extra ends. Why not? Okay, so Curling said he's going to do that. So grab him when he comes over. It's just, do you know John? I remember him. Which turtle was he last year? I definitely
don't remember, yeah.
This one appears to be outside on 1. I think it's Binghamton. It's Binghamton.
The hit and roll
And
just spun away.
So Binghamton is victorious. Congratulations to Kevin Murphy. His first time skipping the game.
4th game skipped ever.
And because there's a Hamilton participant on your team, I think you just earned them a few points toward nationals.
We're doing good all around.
Maybe a point and a quarter or something like that.
So that's what did they score, Dan, in that end? 2?
They looked like they scored 2, yeah.
Okay. So there's your final. Congrats to Binghamton over Boston University. So we'll stay sheet 5. We're almost into skip stones and vice stones on sheet 5. Again, as Roger, we're looking out there. Nobody's in the rings. So Colgate 2, Colgate 1 has the hammer. Rich Gray's squad. Ready with their Red Raider.
I actually
coats
think
on.
they're shooting the wrong rocks because this is actually Colgate 2 that's throwing.
Wait. We have a biter.
We do.
It might not be the right color, but it's a biter.
So you mean when
Yeah,
they started the game with the
They
wrong
started the
rocks.
game with the wrong color rocks.
All
Yeah,
right.
because Colgate 1 is definitely throwing the blue rocks here.
All right, so we have it flipped around then, right? So is that what we should do? Just update this?
Yep.
Okay. So they misread the board. So there's your score. Team listed first at the top of the draw was throwing red. So they probably just, honest mistake, misread the draw board. So now, how does that turn things around? So Colgate 2 has the hammer in this end.
Well, certainly the red rocks have the hammer, so.
Oh, just picked it off, and we're back to 0.
Yep.
Okay, so on that shot, it was the one stone in the rings was removed,
I was sure.
and both stones spilled out. So nobody's counting yet, and we have how many stones left to play, guys?
Looks like 3.
3 stones. Okay. Well, Roger, it was a lot of fun. Dan, it was a lot of fun today.
Good to see a full turnout.
Yep.
The weather cooperated this year a little bit.
Now, what are you going to do for? You really thinking about going to a Saturday, Sunday? Is that something that's in the pipeline, or what? What MJ
It's
was
possible. I think the last time we asked about this is probably about a 50-50 split on
saying? Yeah.
the schedule.
Yeah, if you wrapped up 12 noon on Sunday or something like that, or 1 o'clock, it wouldn't be so bad. We'll just update you. No need to point out rock positions. We'll just let you know what's happening as far as who's in the rings and who's not.
We're back up to 1.
Yeah, so
We're-
red just drew in for
T-line.
1. T-line draw. Colgate 2. I told you that guy from the Mitchell said he, of course that guy was really hammered, but
No.
he came up to me, he's like, you know, he gives a good constructive criticism when we first. He says, you know, don't describe the rocks because I can't see the rock unless you can get a webcam on them or something. You know, he said just say he skipped shooting and he lies 1 or something like that. That's what he was basically trying to tell us.
Well, that was a good draw by Colgate 2. They've got that mostly buried. T-line 4 foot. Colgate 1 is looking to freeze and maybe just tap it a little bit.
We're down to the last 2 stones on 5.
Yep.
Guess so. Yep.
Last 2 skip stones.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it. It's our broadcast today. Okay, Curly, do you want me to? We'll just read him verbatim if he does come over. Been a long day. I'm ready to eat and have a couple cold ones. Oh, we don't have any alcohol here, do we?
Nope.
0. Okay.
There's cold soda, Doug.
No.
Oh, that could be the
This is
deciding
this is
factor.
curling
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
All right, so the game was.
Oh, wait, no. They got to draw it in for the win.
Yeah.
They got to draw it in for the win.
So basically, Colgate 2 is there's the only stone in play, and there you cannot hit it out. I mean, as Roger was saying, there's just a huge amount of pile of granite.
Yeah,
blocking.
They're just drawing for the win.
Draw for 2 for the win.
Okay. Colgate 2 has the hammer, so that's so right.
They're
Again.
sitting 1 and
Yeah, they just need to
unsuccessful attempt to remove the stone.
draw an in-turn draw in to win the game. Otherwise, we're going to play extra ends.
Just got to touch paint.
Nobody wants an extra end here.
It's a D event game, so it's pretty important. It looks hot. It looks heavy.
It does.
It looks really
That's
heavy.
board weight.
You did wick off, maybe?
Maybe they'll wick off the guard.
No. No.
Guess what? Guess what?
It's
We're
extra
going
end
to an
time.
extra end.
It's going to draw a big crowd.
They're just now realizing they have to play a full extra end.
Do we do a
Womp
draw
womp.
the button? No, there's nothing in the rules for that. I think the kids are. Well, I'm wondering if we should just get the webcam up, close this recording.
Yeah.
Probably be easiest. I could swivel it over, but I don't really want to do that. So. All right, so we're going to lose the recording in this game when I do this, but I'm surprised. I wonder why that bus doesn't work, Raj. I wonder why that is that like that. Why would that matter, you know? It still recognizes it as a USB video device, but I know this is fascinating for all of you out there still with us. At 23, but I think a lot of these people maybe are just logged on still. So they're going to play a full extra end in this game if you're just tuning in to see what happened. They had a chance at 6:30 right now. This was scheduled for 4:30, the final? Was that what's going on? Okay.
If you're just tuning in, this is what, our 96th hour of coverage of
Yes.
Yeah.
College Bonspiel.
Yeah, we were here.
It's like
We all curled. I mean,
like TSN at the
yeah.
Briar.
Roger and I curled last night in the Friday League, and God, I didn't leave here. Roger, you were. When did you leave? Well,
We left at 12:30.
12:30, and I took off about 11. Well, no, 10:30 or so. But I was playing with the equipment when I got home to get it ready. And we were over here 7:30, 8 o'clock today. But it was fun. It's just.
Always a
Just
good feel.
sitting around is the hardest part. If you stretch out a little bit, it's not too bad. We've had nice breaks. 8-end games would be tough. I mean, 6-end games seems to flow. They go quick. Right.
You can play a compressed schedule. Otherwise, we have to make it a 3-day spiel.
Yeah. But typically, do these spiels play 8 ends? These college spiels? They just
They
don't
vary.
play. Yeah,
They
do.
vary.
6 or 8, right? Well, we could get the webcam going, so we could cancel out of this. So what we're going to do is lose the recording here, and we'll just plug in our webcam, and we'll be back to show you the action. So for those of you on the YouTube, this is the Utica Curling Club. Again, our champions, MIT, the 2014 Utica Curling Club, College Bonspiel. So Dan and Roger, it was great working with you today.
A lot of fun as usual.
This music's actually really great. Just saying.
Okay. So for Dan Pearson, Dan, great job.
Thank you.
For Dan Pearson, Roger Ralla, my name is Doug Smith. We'll see you next time on the Utica Curling Club channel. See you later, everybody. We're going to be back on now, by the way, in like 2 minutes. We're just going to plug a webcam in. So this is for the recording. Take care, everyone.
Got to hit that post, Doug.